All right.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex.
Just a reminder, before we get in and start praising people and things, as of
There's praising
October 1st,
afoot.
we are no longer going to review on the channel anything that is mailed to us and that arrives after October 1st.
Got too much whiskey, you bastards.
Because we officially have more than a year's worth of whiskey that we're going to get caught up on, and that's not fair to anybody who sends in whiskey.
Not cool.
I mean, look at this date.
It's
12/19/20.
Yeah, it's a minute.
Yeah, this was dropped off 8 months ago. Exactly, right? So,
So in the
Full-
linked in the description below, there's like a full 5-minute context for why we're not taking donations afterwards.
Yes.
Blah blah blah. What do we got here?
what we got here is a gift from newly patron sainted Nate Russell.
Nate Russell.
Your patron saint of whiskey. Okay, remember Limestone Branch Distillery? That we talked about before. It's Beam Brothers, but not the Beams of the current Beam.
Oh,
right?
vaguely.
It's like a side shoot of the
Yeah.
Beam family. Started their own Kentucky distillery.
Sounds somewhat familiar.
And they were sourcing from Kentucky. People thought it was Barton. And then they were eventually blending it with their own 4-year-old bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in theory, what we're getting in this bottle is their bourbon.
Okay.
I don't actually know that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. But this is a barrel pick from Bottoms Up Beverages.
Mm-hmm.
And it was barreled on 9/3/15. So, that's only like 3 days from now.
Do me a little favor. What's the proof on that?
That is 57.515 proof.
Yeah, it is.
Does it smell hot?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It smells ethanol shiny and kind of paper thin.
Yeah.
Even though
the ethanol ding, that's getting, it's not nail polish.
Right.
But it's like, a little head fake in that direction for sure.
as of 3 days from today, this is 6 years old. It was distilled on put into a barrel on September 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of 2016, 15,
Oh,
2015.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah. So the age statement is that you're talking about the age of the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, there's some type of like woody char note. There's not a lot of,
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of like mid-high to high, like bright notes.
Yes. I feel like, you ever tried to look past, you ever sit at dinner with people and one of them is back to the window?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's really bright. And
Yeah.
you're trying to look at them while they talk, but you could just sort of make out the features. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like this is so shiny and bright that I'm having a hard time finding
Yeah, you put your
unique
nose in there.
attributes.
You put your nose in there, and the moment you start to get the notes on the nose, then that's when it just gets wrapped around by the brightness of the ethanol.
There it is.
Maybe on the taste,
Okay,
it won't be.
I'm going to try it before I put water in.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a little kind of a weedy, oaky. That's it on the nose string. I haven't tasted yet.
You think wheat, huh?
On the nose, a vague weedy, oaky.
Because I'm just getting
There's
dried corn dust and barrel char
So
and
there's-
burn.
There's more recognizable notes on the taste. On the taste, there's definitely more that I'm able to pick out.
You want some water?
I'm gonna do one more sip without.
That is hot.
Yeah.
Like that just, like the oils, there are not a lot of oils in this to disguise the high proof.
There wants to be a fruitiness there. There wants to be a fruitiness. There wants to be a vanilla, but similar to the nose, that hotness just kind of overwhelms things very quickly. Right whenever you start to get an inkling of it, then it just kind of gets overwhelmed. But I'm gonna say
You ready?
there's a dose of fruity, there's a dose of vanilla, and there's that oaky, the oakiness.
You're about to find the fruit and vanilla now that we added water, because that's what happened in mine. It actually opened it up.
Oh, yeah, on the noses are a little bit more. That may be because of the retronasal, blah, 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 but on the nose you can pick out a bit more too after you get some water in there. Yeah, a little bit more of brown sugar on that oakiness now. Oh, yeah, there's a vanilla.
And way more classic, but this is definitely a vanilla direction for bourbon. Not heavy on the cherry, but like vanilla, brown sugar, oak, and wood tannin.
The tannin-
really bright and shiny.
The tannin wakes up with the water too.
Yeah.
That bitter note does creep out along with
And
the
it
water.
crawls into the back of the jaw.
Yeah. Would that be that kind of really bright, like not a lot of body heft, rich, dense notes. Would that brightness, would that be like a heads type of thing, or not necessarily?
And it could be, also depends on what type of still, but I think they're doing a lot of distillations on this. I don't actually know. So I don't know if they're doing column still or pot still, but it definitely is like, it feels like everything that disguises the alcohol was stripped out of it. And so what you get left are the dominant flavors of bourbon and a high ethanol kick.
Yeah. And then eventually you find the honey.
Yeah.
It took a while to get there. Took a while to get there. I'd be curious to see what this did at a lower proof. Because
we did lower it, but
no,
I
but
mean,
I mean like, yeah, like
when they did it.
Maybe like a 40% ABV.
Mm-hmm. Luis, say that.
Luis Sosa, I have started working night shifts, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. When the hell is whiskey time now? I mean, it's what flasks are for, my man.
Yeah.
Make that job go by real quick.
I worked the night shift for a while.
Yeah.
And it really throws you because the end of your work day when you want to be like, yeah, it's like the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like in breakfast mode. Mm-hmm. And so you basically, like all of your like off work dinners are breakfast for the, you know what that created in me? Is my go-to comfort meal is breakfast food at all times.
Yeah.
Touring as a musician and a night shift means that like I would rather eat breakfast than most meals, which you don't like because the primary ingredient in most breakfast stuff you don't like.
It's like 95% of all breakfast menus in restaurants. So how do we present an egg to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it, and I think it started around that. But I think like it's hard to find somewhere to go get an after work drink when you get off at 6 in the morning.
Yeah. The redeeming qualities of the breakfast menu. Bacon.
Mm-hmm. Biscuits. Good biscuits. You got to go find good biscuits.
Honestly, slightly indifferent when it comes to the
good
biscuit.
Pancakes? Pancakes or waffles?
I'll tell you.
That's the question.
Waffles.
Oh, nah.
Yeah. You get the crispiness to it. And
well, okay. Yeah. Waffle House waffles.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and then look, bacon, hash browns, waffles. That's it.
Do you have a preference on the waffle size? Because my problem with waffles is they're usually like 8 feet deep, and it's all bready. And what I want is like the Eggo depth waffle.
Look, I'm doing the breakfast scene so rarely. I haven't gone deep enough to even get choosy about it.
Okay.
Give me the bacon, give me the hash browns, give me the waffles, and go the hell away, you filthy, gross eggs. Yeah.
See, then go to Waffle House. Waffle House is always good. And Waffle House, you can get 24 hours.
Oh, so take your flask to the Waffle House.
Actually, the Waffle House probably wouldn't care. Like, in my experience at the Waffle House, they don't give a shit.
I like how we gave him a very practical, actionable answer to his question.
That's right.
Waffle House.
For science.
Jeremy Pagani, what is the one whiskey you thought was horrible, but after some time passed and your taste for whiskey matured, you actually kind of like it now?
I don't have anything that was horrible. Like people react to peat and then fall in love with peat.
Right.
But I have several things that I either didn't like in general, just kind of like or didn't prefer, like Speyside and Rye.
Sure.
And now I feel like I've developed an appreciation for both of those things.
So, beyond categories, I'll get to a specific bottle. And it's not that I thought the bottle was horrible. It's that I thought Stag Jr. was overwhelming. I thought, it was, wow, this is just like kicking ass left and right. This is just aggressive. This is a whiskey that wants to bend you over and treat you naughty.
And now
it's like, oh, this is delightful. This is like got some density and some richness and some layers. And so it was never a bad whiskey. It was just too much of a whiskey in the early days for me, for sure. All right. I usually don't say I'd like to see something at a lower proof.
I know.
But I'd kind of like to see
well, they
that at a
stripped
lower
all
proof.
the things out of it that really held the body up.
Yeah, because I think what happens is, to our point, whenever the proof got cranked up, the alcohol got cranked up. What we like about higher proofs is the flavors get cranked up too, and it doesn't feel like the flavors kept up with the proof getting cranked up like that. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
Fight may fight for a friend.
You steal, may you steal, your liver's hard.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.